Okay, hello Year 9. Welcome to your online lesson. So today's title, so what we'll be looking at is how did Stresemann help Germany recover after World War One? Just as an introduction, I'll explain the layout of the lesson, what we'll be doing, and then we'll go through task by task, and I'll give you points to pause, and I'll tell you where. So just our starter will be we've got a set of events. You just need to sort them into chronological order. So in date order, oldest to newest. To do that, you'll need to be thinking back to before Christmas and the topics that we looked at. So we're going right the way back to the end of the First World War for Germany, right the way through to 1923, which is where we were the week before we broke up. So the first task, I'll run through an example with you. So for example, some have dates on them, which you should be able to know about. So the first one says 1921. After that, you've got your second one, French and Belgian troops entered the Ruhr. Obviously, to find that out, you would need to look back in your book, but the date for that is 1923, just to give you a clue. Once you've been through them all, you can write them down on your sheet. All worksheets that we've got are attached separately from this document, so this PowerPoint will run through like a video for you to watch, which you can pause at different points, and you will have the worksheets separately for you to click on and write onto those each time. What you can do then, once you've had a go at the starter, is to mark your own work in green pen. So use now as your chance to pause to have a go at the questions. And then once you've got your questions, you can now use this page to mark your work in green pen, or obviously as you're on a computer, change your text to green. And you will see your correct orders. So we've got Germany paid the first reparations in 1921 is our first. Germany failed to pay the second reparations payments in 1922 is our second, and so on. That's just to get you refreshed on where we were up to. What we're looking at today, as we've seen in our title, how does Stresemann help Germany recover after World War One? So Stresemann is the German Chancellor. He is our second most important person in Germany. As you can remember, we've had our hierarchy that shows us the structure of power. So you can use that to see where he would fit in. Our objectives today, we're exploring Germany's recovery from hyperinflation. So when they started printing lots of money and the value of money fell away dramatically. So you take heaps and heaps and heaps of money just to buy simple everyday items, like when we looked at the price of bread and the price of eggs, and we stuck that sheet in and we went through it together. So our different levels that we can be working at today. At bronze, we can outline who Gustav Stresemann was and what the Stresemann era was from 1924 to 1929. At silver level, we can explain how Stresemann solved Germany's economic problems, so to do with money, and his foreign policy issues following World War One. So foreign policy is how he dealt with other countries all around the world. Did he want to be friendly with them? Did he want them to help him? Was he willing to help them? Those sort of things. At gold level, you'll be looking at evaluating how far he helped Germany's economic and international recovery. So again, evaluating is saying, in my opinion, it was very important, somewhat important, not very important, not important at all. And finally, analyze and evaluate. You'll see this in the corner of the next slide. So analyze and evaluate the ways that the lives of Germans are affected by the policies of Gustav Stresemann. Our first activity today is for you to watch a video, and again, working towards those objectives, to have a go at answering the 4 questions using that video. Obviously, as you've got control, you can pause this video when you like, you can rewatch sections, and you'll be able to go over and see which questions you can answer. So at this point, I suggest you pause me and you listen to the video instead. Once you've done that, you've been able to look and find your answers. I've put some up here in green pen for you to improve, so if you didn't manage to find some, you can use here. Okay. Our second task today, you've got a worksheet to complete this on, and I will talk you through how to complete this today. So I'll show you the information, I'll show you how we can fill it in the boxes. So our bronze and silver, we are going to create a timeline of the economic developments and international agreements made during the Stresemann era between 1924 and 1929. So that's what we should all be able to do. Gold, we're creating that timeline, and then underneath you will be answering why it was a success for Germany. So you'll see the box on the next page, and I'll explain that to you. And platinum, why was the German economy still vulnerable despite improvements? So why did it still have weaknesses? Why was it easy for certain things to go wrong? So the example for you, this is the sheet that you've got your 6 different dates, and the bottom part, the success box, is for your gold level answers. So I will turn the pen on here and we will underline together. So the Retten mark in November 1923, we can underline that. That'll be important for our answer. Stresemann set up the Retten mark. So again, we're seeing the importance of Stresemann already. And he issued this new currency, so it's new money. He's replaced the old money entirely. So supply of these notes was tightly controlled, and their value is tied to the price of gold. So that's very important, tied to the price of gold. What that means is you can't just suddenly start printing lots more money like happened during the hyperinflation in 1923, because every piece of money that you get, so each piece of paper money, is equal to a certain amount of real gold. So unless Germany has actual gold, it can't print any more money. And that makes people more confident because they trust that Germany isn't going to start printing lots and lots and lots of more money, because it has to be backed up by gold. In August 1924, the Reichsbank, so the Reich in German, Reich means government, so the government's bank was given control of this new currency, and they renamed it the Reichsmark, and hyperinflation was over. So what we can see here is Stresemann has introduced the Retten mark, and it's converted into the Reichsmark, and that has been able to stop the problem of hyperinflation. So it's provided a much stronger basis for the recovery of jobs, because if you've got money that you can trust, you can start employing people and you can start saving money, because you know your money will be worth the same tomorrow. You're not going to have that problem again, like we saw, where bread would end up costing billions and billions and billions. So that's what I've underlined, is what you would fill in the first box. And you would do the same using the information on these next 2 slides to help you fill in each of the boxes along your timeline. Remembering the why question is if you want to push yourself up to that higher gold tier, and then you've got your additional platinum question. Your checkpoint, so this is for your platinum answer. Crisis of 1923 was resolved in short term, but Germany was now very reliant on American loans. The problem was, if America faced economic difficulties, then Germany would experience a knock-on effect. So if banks in America started running out of money, German banks would start running out of money because of that. If prices went up in America, prices would start going up in Germany. You've got the link between the 2 countries.